And away we go. I want to welcome you back to the third episode of the post-draft show. Today, we are going to be talking about the Los Angeles Rams, captained by Joe Adis and company. Joe's back for his third year as captain. The committee voted him in, felt that he deserved another chance after some tough breaks last year. He's more than eligible to be a captain, so we're excited to welcome him back. And let's talk about the team he put together. He had 7th pick in the draft. His boy was on the board, Buka, and he passed up the opportunity and traded the pick to Charles Saka. Ended up trading down. The trade was, I forgot the exact numbers, 11 and 38 for 7 and 56. So it seems like Joe just wanted to get rid of that last pick on the board. Moved down, ended up picking Albert Cohen with his own pick and Gordon back to back. What do you think of those two picks together?
So honestly, Albert Cohen is one guy that I wanted to play with in the league like forever. I never got a chance to play with him, but I think he is, if you want to win and you want a winning team, Albert Cohen is a guy that is a staple for a winning team. I never seen anybody hustle like him. He'll play any positions, D-line, O-line. He's a great receiver. Also, if you use him correctly, I think Albert Cohen is a great pick at 10. He can guard everybody, and he can play D-line. He can do anything. So I think Albert Cohen was definitely a great pick.
Before you get to Gordon, I just want to say on Albert Cohen, two things actually. The one knock on him was he's getting married soon. Who knows what not? Who knows his availability? Is he going to gain weight? I think that it was a tremendous pick. I was talking to one of the other captains prior to the draft, and they were like, do you think I could get Albert Cohen in the 4th, 5th round? And I was saying, do you know Albert Cohen? This guy is ridiculous. Playing basketball, he goes up and gets every rebound. He's the most physical guy you know. I think this was a tremendous pick. He was way underdrafted last year. And this is a great start to Joe Adis' draft. He'll play D, like you said, he'll play line, he'll play receiver, he'll play wherever you need him to play, and he's a great attitude on the team. Team player, comes to play every week. He's not going to give you any of that girl garbage. So I think it was a great pick. Gordon now, you know Gordon probably better than most. Why don't you tell the league about Gordon as a player?
Honestly, back in the day, every time we would play football, it was actually always Perry and Robert and me and Gordon. We used to shit on them. I was the quarterback, and Gordon was a sick receiver. But Gordon, hasn't been involved in football since he went to Maryland in like 2016. He had a hot girlfriend out there. I don't know what happened to him. But I don't know. He was always good. He had great footwork, great hands. But I think he's hit or miss. I think that if he's good, he's going to be great. And if he's not good, he'll still be good. But I don't know if he'll live up to the expectations.
He won't play to his 11th spot.
But also, it depends if he's devoted. I think it's going to be. I think he's going to be a tough guy to get him to come home from the city on a Saturday night to come play football. To be honest with you, so I think it's a risky pick. But I think
risk reward, high risk, high reward.
Gordon's talent level is definitely second to none in anything he does with basketball, football, baseball. He's good at everything. But he also hasn't played football in 5-6 years. But it's a risk.
Transition, especially the stamina you need. I'll put that into question right away. Is he going to be able to last for 56 minutes?
Dude, this guy works out like an animal.
So
he's a beast.
You think he's there?
But the thing is that it really depends who's going to. If Albert Cohen, if he plays tight end, then Gordon's going to have the one spot on him. Whereas if Albert Cohen plays receiver, Gordon plays receiver, and they put the number 1 guy on Gordon, there's no number 2 guy that's going to be able to take Gordon in this league, I don't think. So it really depends on how you match up against them, to be honest with you. But I think Gordon's very hit or miss.
The next pick he made was his quarterback, Mike Ajmi, a big question mark as well. We heard a lot of good reviews about him, a lot of bad reviews. People are all over the place with this guy. We'll see what happens with him. He played a little bit of line subbing in the league. We haven't seen him at quarterback. Are you familiar with him? Have you ever played with him?
Actually, we played him in the Super Bowl. Talks a lot of shit. Holy shit. But I love guys like that. I think he's definitely
I never heard you say someone talks more than you. Does he talk more than you?
He does, but he's definitely very competitive. He didn't play so good at the Super Bowl, to be honest, but I feel like this guy is going to be I think he's going to be better than Elliott at quarterback this year.
Really?
I do.
So you think that it was a good pick?
It's a bold prediction, but I think
I want Elliott Sackett to hear that. I want Elliott Sackett to hear that Mike Ajmi will have a better statistical year than Elliott Sackett. So Joe Adis is obviously the next player on that team. Then he took At 39, he
We're
took
not going to
Jack.
talk about Joe Adis.
You want to talk about Joe Adis? The floor
I
is
think
yours.
Joe Adis made all the captains put him so early in the draft. I think at the 20, he should be like the 38th pick in the draft. I mean, I don't think he's a good receiver. You have Josie's better than him. You have Mike Harari that's better than him. I think ABJ's a better receiver. Daniel Braha, all these guys, and he's going at 28. I don't think he's even close. I think he's one of the crappier receivers in the league. Also, he traded me, but I have nothing against that. I played with him. He doesn't have speed. He's tall, but I don't think being tall in this league does much for you unless you're like Nathan Beebe and you're able to run a 4.4 and jump to Shamai. But I in this type of league, I don't think he's an effective player. But I also think that he wouldn't be bad at the tight end spot if you didn't put Albert on the O line, maybe, because they have Amir Shakwado.
So their next pick was Jack Mastery, who's short, skinny kid. He's not going to be playing any line. And then they have Amir Shachar, who we don't know much about. And then they had Irving Hannon, who's as big of a question mark as they get because, is he playing because of his boys? Is he playing? Why is he playing? Who knows? We'll see what we get out of him. So I don't know who's going to be playing line on this team. It's going to have to be Albert Cohen, honestly. Unless Joe Adis is going to...
Joe Adis... So Joe Adis will never play O-line.
Right, but you're saying if this team's going to be successful, Joe Adis, who you think is not a good receiver, should be putting himself on line.
I don't think he should even play tight end. But I know for a fact that he thinks he's great, so he's going to want to be a receiver, or maybe he'll settle for tight end. But I think the way this should be set up, and you could all think I'm crazy, is Gordon and Albert as receivers, Amir Shachar at the tight end. He's fast, he's long, he's quick. Jadis at the other O-line position, right? And you have a great receiving core. And I think Amir Shakwado, whatever his last name is as good as Albert Cohen, not on D-line, but on O-line. And I think that's how they'll be the most effective.
So what's the where's this team going?
It's very hit or miss. I think they could be one of the best teams in the league, but I also think they could be an average team. I don't know. I'm going to put a lot of pressure on Gordon. I think it really, really depends on if Gordon shows up and wakes up for the games and comes. And I think it really depends on this team. Definitely depends on Gordon showing out.
I hate that we keep agreeing. That's the third team we agreed on. I think it's a very hit or miss team. Like you said, Gordon, Mike Adge, who knows what we're going to get from these guys. I don't think that Joe Adis is going to be putting himself at line. I just don't see it happening.
I know.
I think
he also shouldn't be at 28.
I think that this is...
we'll stop there.
I think that this is a playoff team. I don't think that they're going to advance too far. I love Albert Cohen. I want to see him be successful because of what happened last year with the Dolphins. He had a phenomenal season. Came up short. I'll give them a playoff spot.
I think they'll be
but not a bye. So I'll give this team... I gave the Dolphins an F. I'll give this team a C+.
Yeah.
I think the Seagulls team's a notch above them. But I'll give them a C+. And maybe they'll prove us wrong. Who knows?
Yeah, Seagull's always going to be a notch above a team that's not going to have an A1 quarterback.
Right.
So, I mean, you can't usually, as you can see over the years, besides the first year, which the first year was bullshit, there was 6 rush, whatever it was. I mean, I think you need a top quarterback to win the league. And Adjby, hopefully he is a top quarterback.
All right. We'll see you for episode 4 coming up soon.